This kid tried his best to always stay unnoticed in school to avoid bullying, but one day he suddenly became the most popular guy, pulling any girl he wanted to. The movie begins and we are introduced to the protagonist, Sid, who is in his last year of high school. Sid is an unpopular guy, and he wants to stay that way to avoid trouble. To stay unnoticed, he has followed 3 rules. The first rule is to stay quiet no matter what happens. That way, nobody would notice him at all. The second rule is not to stand out. For that, he always took up low-key roles in school, like being just a backup in school plays, helping out in the hockey games, or participating in the annual video game team. And his last and final rule is to stay away from the bully leader Chuck in every way possible. Chuck is famous for being the most troubling kid. He even beat a policeman once when he came in his way. Chuck records these violent encounters and posts the videos on his YouTube channel, where he's quite famous. He once even came close to finishing a person off, but managed to stay out of prison because of his wealthy father. Just then, we are introduced to Sid's best friend Jim, who dreams of becoming a famous social media influencer and strongly opposes Sid's rules and his way of living life. While they are talking in the school hallway, Sid notices a beautiful girl named Tiff, who has been his crush for years, but whom he hasn't had the courage to talk to. The last time he talked to her was when they were 8 years old and danced together on the ice. But now he's hesitant to approach her because she's dating Chuck. Later, Sid and Jim are walking in the garden when their third friend, Luna, appears. And it's obvious that Jim and Luna have feelings for each other, though they deny it. After school, Sid returns home and sees that both his mothers are waiting for him. They inform him that they received a letter from the school about the homecoming party, and they want him to attend. Sid argues that he won't be going. His mothers try convincing him, saying it will be a memorable day for him, but Sid remains uninterested and comments that he doesn't even have a date. That weekend, Sid spends all his time playing video games and doesn't even sleep. When he returns to school, he feels dizzy from going 72 hours without sleep. During lunch, he eats nothing as he has no appetite, and during sports period, he doesn't even notice a soccer ball hitting him. In his exhausted state, he ends up insulting Chuck, who instantly teaches Sid a lesson in front of the whole school. Eventually, a teacher arrives to break up the fight, but Sid, not in his senses, disrespects the teacher in front of everyone. With that, he has broken all 3 of his rules. He spoke in front of the entire school and stood up to Chuck. Before the teacher takes Chuck away, Chuck promises that he will finish Sid the next time they meet. The scene then cuts to Sid lying on his bed, with Jim nearby, who informs Sid that he had been unconscious for the past 7 hours and that Chuck has been suspended from school for 2 weeks and sent to an anger management program. This means Chuck will return on the same day as the homecoming party. Sid is terrified, thinking the end of senior year will also be the end of his life, as Chuck won't leave him alive. He's furious with himself for breaking his rules. The next day at school, he thinks about what might happen to him in 2 weeks and decides he can't leave this world without enjoying anything. During a sex education class, a girl is giving a lecture on abstinence. Suddenly, Sid stands up and argues against it. He says having intimate urges is natural and cannot be controlled, claiming that everyone in class is horny but afraid to express their feelings. The students are impressed by his newfound confidence and begin sharing their own thoughts. Sid leaves the class proud of himself, but then suddenly panics from what he just did. He went from a shy introvert to insulting the king of bullies and standing up to a teacher. But what happens next will shock you. Jim approaches Sid and is impressed by his courage. Sid is now a hero to the students for expressing himself without fear. Just then, he gets a text from an unknown person. It turns out to be a girl who's liked him for years and finally found his number. She compliments him for his bravery in class. Sid is thrilled to finally find someone who has a crush on him. After school, he heads to his job as a pizza delivery guy. After finishing his shift, he meets up with Jim and tells him that before Chuck comes back, he must compile a list of things to do before he dies. With only 14 days left, Sid goes to school, and surprisingly, he feels fearless. All the students greet him like a hero. Jim informs him that the whole school is talking about him. Just then, Sid receives another text from the mystery girl saying she's watching him from afar. Right then, Tiff approaches him with a phone in her hand. Sid assumes she's the one texting him, but Tiff has only come to apologize for Chuck's behavior and reveals she has broken up with him. Sid brightens up. When Tiff asks if he'll be at the hockey game that night, he says he definitely will. The scene then cuts to the hockey game where we are introduced to Eric, the leader and best player on the team. His father is the coach and constantly criticizes Eric for not performing well enough. During halftime, the team heads to the locker room. As they're losing, the coach insults everyone, especially his son, for not leading properly. As the team gets ready for the second half, Sid notices Eric is upset and decides to talk to him. Eric opens up and reveals he doesn't even like playing hockey. His true dream is to become a dancer, but he can't pursue it because of his father. Sid comforts him and says it's okay not to play. He then wears Eric's clothes and steps onto the ice in his place. Initially, Sid is scared and plays terribly. But then he remembers how great he was at ice skating as a kid, and realizing his life may end soon, decides to give it his all. Suddenly, Sid starts playing like a pro, and the team eventually wins because of him. When he takes off his helmet, the audience is shocked to see it's not Eric, and they're even more impressed. The coach is stunned and even offers Sid the lead position on the team. When Sid returns home, he finds another message from the mystery girl complimenting his performance. The next day at school, it's time for presidential elections. We're introduced to Megan, who's running for class president. She asks her classmates to help her find an assistant, but they mock her. Feeling bad, Sid offers to be her assistant. With no other choice, Megan accepts. Later, Sid visits a student who sells drugs and buys some from him. On his way home, he spots Eric with the school's dance team and feels happy that Eric is finally following his passion. That night, Sid keeps texting the mystery girl and begins developing feelings for her, still unaware of who she is. A couple of days later, it's election day. Megan is super nervous. She accidentally takes Sid's drug, thinking it's candy. Terrified of losing, Megan panics. Trying to calm her down, Sid boldly takes the drug too and promises his support. When it's time for their speeches, both Megan and Sid lose control. They start singing and dancing on stage, leaving the audience wildly amused. The following day is the school play. Tiff is rehearsing with John, another bully. Watching from afar, Sid sneakily puts something in John's makeup kit, causing John to get pink eye and be unable to perform. Sid is then offered the role and happily accepts. After the play, Sid gathers his courage and asks Tiff to a party. Now only 6 days are left until Chuck's return. Sid and his friends arrive at Tiff's house to pick her up. Jim and Luna argue as usual, while Sid and Tiff go to a classmate's party. They have a great time until, suddenly, Chuck shows up. He demands to know why Tiff wasn't answering his calls. Chuck reveals he got released from anger management a week early and tries to take Tiff away. Sid intervenes. Chuck threatens to kill him, but shockingly, Chuck's car catches fire and he rushes to put it out. Sid and Tiff seize the moment and sneak out the back. Once alone, Sid tries to kiss Tiff, but she hesitates and reveals she has no feelings for him. She admits she's still in love with Chuck and apologizes for misleading Sid. Sid is heartbroken. He thought Tiff was the mystery girl, but she says she doesn't even have his number. Disappointed, Sid heads home with his friends. The next day in computer class, he messages the mystery girl and asks her to meet. She refuses, saying she's not as brave as him. Sid gets up and tells everyone in the room to shut down their computers and enjoy real life. He reminds them there's more to life than social media. The students are impressed. Just then, he receives another message from the girl and realizes she's in the room. When he sees her using her phone, she runs away. He chases after her and catches up. The girl introduces herself as Katie. Though she's shy, Sid asks her out. After school, they go on a date, enjoy their time together, kiss, and decide to start a relationship. Later that night, as Jim is walking his dog, Chuck and his friends arrive and offer him a ride while making a video. Jim, who's always dreamed of becoming internet famous, joins them. The next day, Sid arrives at school and is confused when all the students start insulting him. They show him a video of Jim, drunk, spilling all of Sid's secrets. He shares the list of Sid's last wishes, says Sid took drugs, reveals Sid gave John the pink eye, and even tells people Sid is trying to hook up with another girl after Tiff rejected him. Because of this, the entire school turns on Sid. He's kicked out of the video game and hockey teams. Megan is removed from her presidency and furious at Sid. Sid tries to talk to Katie, but learns she's absent that day. After school, he finds Jim waiting outside his house. Although Jim apologizes, Sid is still angry. He texts Katie and apologizes too, but she refuses to respond. The next morning, Luna visits Sid and asks him to forgive Jim. She admits Jim didn't mean to hurt him. He was drunk. She also confesses she was the one who lit Chuck's car on fire. After some convincing, Sid agrees to go to the homecoming party. At the party, Sid and Jim reconcile. Sid then approaches Katie, who listens to him even though she's still upset. He apologizes and admits she's the first girl he's ever truly loved. As he prepares to leave, fearing Chuck might show up, Chuck suddenly arrives and attacks Sid, knocking him unconscious. A few hours later, Sid wakes up in the hospital with Jim beside him. Jim reveals that he too was attacked and explains what happened after Sid lost consciousness. In a flashback, we see Jim defending Sid and attacking Chuck. Luna joins in the fight too. Seeing the chaos, Eric punches his father and declares his dream of becoming a dancer. The party descends into full-blown chaos as everyone starts fighting. With Jim's support, Sid walks out of his room, only to find the hospital packed with classmates. Afterward, Jim and Luna finally confess their feelings and start dating. Chuck, suffering serious injuries, is arrested. The rest of the students are relieved that Sid is okay. Sid then approaches Katie and asks her to forgive him. They reconcile and begin dancing together in the hallway, and the movie comes to an end. Like and subscribe for more recaps like this.